All right, good. Here we go. Let's talk about being distracted today. Let's talk about being distracted. I want to talk about what it means to be distracted, to live a distracted life. All right. A distracted man is a destroyed man. If you can distract a man, you can destroy him. That's all. You don't have to take something from a man. You just got to distract him. If you can distract him, you can destroy him. You ever been distracted? Put it in the chat. You ever been distracted? If you've been distracted before, say yes. And if you're amongst the brethren, if you don't mind, say what distracted you. You know, one of my biggest distractions, I'm gonna tell you, one of my biggest distractions, guys. This is why I'm always transparent with you, right? One of my biggest distractions have always been low self-esteem. I always felt like nothing. And so that was my biggest distraction in life. I always felt like nothing. So I felt like I wasn't capable of doing anything. And most things I did, I had to do very afraid. I'm always distracted by worthlessness. Even to this day, I battle with worthlessness. I battle with what I'm worth. Right. And every now and then I'll get an email or a text and a brother saying, hey, man, thanks for that podcast, or hey, man, that really helped me. And that encourages me, because I'm going to tell you, man, feel me. I don't get on this computer because I got all the answers. I don't get on this computer because I'm so smart every morning. Right. I don't drop lives and podcasts because I do it, man, because I feel like sometimes my worthlessness, if I can say something to a brother, that gives me something that I can hold on to. Right. So, but look at what I'm doing. I want y'all to see the psychology of what I'm doing. Look how I'm justifying my distraction. See, this is real talk. Look how I'm justifying my distraction. See how I just did that? I didn't even know I was going to do it, but I'm listening to myself talk and I'm justifying my own distraction. It is distraction to walk around with low self-esteem. Because watch this. Even though you can get by with your distraction, doesn't mean that you're moving at full potential, right? And most of us get by, but that don't mean living, right? A distracted man is a destroyed man. A distracted man is a destroyed man. So listen, every man was born with a purpose. Every single one of us was born with a purpose. Some of us take longer to get to it because of distractions, right? Because of distractions. Listen, a man is a problem solver. You were born to solve a problem. God had a problem in the world. I want to tell you why you were born. Listen, I want to tell you why you weren't born because your dad got horny and saw your mom. Okay. You weren't born because your mom got horny and saw your dad. It had nothing to do with it. What had something to do with, there was a problem in the world. I want you to watch this. There was a problem in the world that you were born to solve. And that's why you were born. You weren't born to just hustle that job and struggle with this. And no, you were born to solve a problem. And your job in this world is to address that problem. The only men who become a problem in the world are men who don't discover the problem they were born to solve. Right. So your job every day, right, is to be seeing, what can I change and how can I change it? Well, Christian, how do I find my potential? How do I find my purpose? Here we go. I love this because we talk about purpose a lot in people's lives. We don't tell them how to find it. Number one, the way to find your purpose is you don't look outside of yourself for it. This is not part of my teaching today, but I want to throw it in. Number one, the first way to discover your purpose is not to look outside of yourself for it. I'm going to have to part two this. But the first thing you got to do is not look outside of yourself for it. Your purpose is already in you. Your purpose is already in you. Number two, most time you can discover your purpose by doing one thing. What do I hate to see in the world? What do I hate to see in the world? Because most times the things I hate to see are the things I'm born to solve. Most times the things I hate to see, I'm born to solve. Y'all hear me? Most times the things I hate to see, I'm born to solve. That's number one, right? One thing I hate to see is broken leadership. I hate to see leaders who have the potential to lead, but are hurting so bad they can't do it at full potential. I know that I'm called to solve that, not because God told me, but because there is a burden in me for that. What is the burden in you? What burdens you when you see it? Childless kids. What burdens you when you see it? Broken women. What burdens you when you see it? Broken businessmen. What burdens you? Homelessness. What burdens you? Prostitution, right? Whatever it is, what burdens you? Most times that's the thing you're called to solve. Okay. So don't get locked in. Listen, the job you work on is to give you your resources to help you solve the problem. Don't get consumed with trying to chase the corporate ladder, right? Because God won't care about what you did for your company. He will only ask, what did you do with what I gave you? I don't listen, I'm a spiritual man, so I'm talking to somebody who many of us want to climb that corporate ladder. I get it, right? You want to get that money. I get it. I'm gonna do a podcast on money one day, right? Not about managing it, but how it can become a distraction as well, right? So you got to be careful. You got to be careful, right? Because distractions divert your purpose, right? Whether it's chasing the wrong people, whether it's indulging in meaningless activities, right? Whether it's being consumed by external pressure, right? The external pressure causes you to waste your potential, right? Because what external pressure, external things that come from outside in, they make you feel like what you don't have, what you need more of, right? You invite somebody in your life, they telling you what you need to be now. Understand this, gentlemen. Every time somebody enters in your life, they will want something different. And you can't become what everybody wants because you'll be broken in pieces like bread. Do y'all hear me? You'll be broken in pieces like bread trying to become everything everybody wants. In fact, if you let it go so far, you'll eventually become mentally ill. Because if I become a character for you and a character for work and a character for my girl and a character for my kids and a character for my spiritual place, whether I'm going to the mosque, the church, the synagogue, wherever I'm going, if I become something different for everywhere I go, eventually I don't even know who the hell I am anymore. That leads to mental illness. That's what makes men hide in the basement and call it his man cave. He's trying to locate himself. So distractions divert your purpose. And when you get so distracted, you forget about what you're called to change, right? The problem you're called to solve. If you're always worried about what you don't have, you'll feel like you don't have the potential to change these things around you. Let me look at the chat just in case you guys are talking to me in the chat. Talk to me. Talk to me. All right. Very good. Very good. Anthony Ritz, good to see you back, my brother. Larry Daniels, good to see you in the building. Good to see you guys today. All right. So let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Let's go into it a little more. Distractions. I'm gonna only talk about 5 today. I'm gonna have to part 2 this because I gotta go wake my baby up soon and start my day. Distractions also weaken discipline. Distractions weaken discipline, right? Discipline is the foundation for any success you're going to ever have in life. Feel me, man. Feel me right here. Because this is one thing that I'm a dreamer. So sometimes dreamers, we lack discipline. One of the things that hurt me the worst, right, is my dreamer mindset. And what it did was it weakened my discipline because I was always trying to start something new, start something fresh, right? And that let me say this. Start something new and start something fresh. It leaves you in a place where you're not disciplined for the success that you're supposed to have. So you need discipline as a foundation for success. You can't build anything without discipline. You can have money. If you lack discipline, it will not work. You can have resources. It will not work without your discipline. Right? Right? I'm going to say this, and it may piss some people off. It is what it is. We have a big debate in the world, right, about reparations, right? Reparations for groups of people. I won't get heavy into this, but I want to say this to you. Because I'm not afraid of this. The idea of reparation. Let me just say this, make it real clear. There are some people you wouldn't loan $50 to because they don't have the mindset to handle it, right? Because, and then we ask for things like in government, we talk about reparations. Do you know if you don't fix the mind of a society, you can dump $1 billion into a broken mind and it's wasted. This is why as a man, you got to have discipline, right? You can lose the woman of your dreams because you had no discipline. You can lose the woman of your dreams because you had no discipline. You can lose the opportunity of your dreams because you refuse to discipline yourself. Discipline is the foundation of success. Distraction weakens discipline. You got to get the stuff out of your life that keep you looking around. What are you looking around for? That's what breaks relationships. Listen, there will always be a woman finer than the one you chose. Right? And as dope as you think you are, there will always be a dude doper than you somewhere. You know what your woman, you wonder what you want your woman to do? You want your woman to be disciplined enough to be with the man she chose, even if there's a better option out there somewhere, right? Most of the time you don't look at the person you're with and you say, this is everything to me. Or you begin to dig through her life and find everything she is to you, right? We get distracted and we're always looking around for a new opportunity. That man could never succeed. The man that's always on a money chase can never succeed, right? Can never succeed. Always looking for how much paper could be. Do you know that money will kill you? The chase will kill you. Money is a resource. You cannot make it your God because it will distract you. What will it distract you from? You will provide for your kids, but not be with them. You'll pay for the most expensive school for your kids to go to because you got the money, but you never did homework with them. So you got to understand that the world system says get the money. Your child is looking for your voice. Your child is looking for your voice. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by the chase. Distractions erode your ability to be disciplined, right? The constant chase will keep you always tripping. Listen, constantly giving into distractions, whether it's entertainment, whether it's our addictions, whether it's unhealthy relationships, it will make it harder for you to ever gain self-control, and it will hurt you. Oh God, I got 5 minutes. I'm going to have to part two this, guys. I'm going to have to part two this. Sorry, I can't stay as long as I want to. And sorry, my daggone mic was off. Listen, a lack of discipline leads to poor decision making. You ever make poor decisions because of a lack of discipline? You just did something, right? You just did something fast. You ever did something fast and regretted it? You ever bought something fast and regretted it? You ever built something fast and regretted it? Right? Another thing distraction makes you do is it makes you go so fast that I say this to you almost every morning. The only thing you'll do going fast is crash. Let me see in the comments. You know what? I'm gonna part two this, but let me see in the comments. Let's go straight to the advice. Because I want to talk to some people today. If you need some advice, let's do it. Emotional responses, anger quickly. Yes. Perfectionism Perfectionism is a fear. That's a big one. Hey, Ray Pace, thanks for coming in, guys. Let's do dear brother the advice. If you need any advice, if you need have a question about anything been plaguing you, come on. We're a community of men. Put it in the chat this morning. I don't mean to rush you, but I got to go wake my baby up so I can start this day with her and get her all to school. But if you got any questions, any advice, you need anything, put it right in the chat. Put it right in the chat now, and I'll respond to it. Until then, I'll give you this last 5 minutes. Let's get back to. You can still put your questions in the chat. If you need to, go ahead and put them in there, and I'll keep on sharing what I can before it's time for me to go. All right. Let's do 4 more minutes. Let's get it. All right. Number three, distraction feeds your insecurities. Distractions feed your insecurities. Distractions keep men from addressing our inner struggles. Right. If I'm always distracted, I never have to deal with me. Right. I can sit there and I can watch 20 football games on a Sunday and never deal with my issue that I got to deal with on Monday. Right. I'm not against sports. I'm not against any of that. Don't knock me in the head, gentlemen. What I'm saying is the enemy is the most subtle beast of the field. There's some issues that you got on your job. There's some fears you got on your job. There's some things you want to change about yourself. And every Monday you feel the stress of going in that job. And listen, take a pause on Sunday. Don't distract yourself by the game all day. You know what we say? Oh man, I'm able to sit here and not care about nothing. But guess what? You're going to wish you cared about something when you got to walk in that stressful ass place the next day. And you wish that you had sat there and figured some things out for yourself. Right? Distraction keeps you from addressing internal issues. That's why so many of us have so much internal conflict. Not because you're a bad person, not because you're a bad man, because you won't sit down and talk to yourself. You won't make a relationship with yourself. Build a relationship with yourself where you can talk to you. Right? We always say it about everybody else. Man, I wish I could talk to them. I can't talk to them. Can you talk to you? If you learn to communicate with yourself better, your communication with other people will become better. Because when you deal with other people, when you deal with your children or your spouse or your lady, you deal with your family, you deal with people on your job, and you have clarity of mind, you can speak from a clear place, not a frustrated place, not an angry place. You got to have a better relationship with you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Instead of dealing with fears, right? This is what distraction feeds insecurity. Instead of dealing with your fears and doubts, instead of dealing with emotional pain, you know what we do? We fill our time with temporary fixes. That's what distractions makes you do. It makes you fill your time with temporary fixes, things that will only make you feel better, but not make the situation better. Temporary fixes. That's why many of us wind up with multiple babies' mothers, because she wasn't a woman you wanted. She was a temporary fix because of you lived in a distracted place. And you look up and now you have a kid. You didn't birth that baby out of love. You birthed that baby out of a distracted place. Distracted because you forgot your purpose. You forgot where you were going to go. Remember this. I got to go, gentlemen, but remember this. Your mind is your slave, not your master. And I want you today. I'll see you guys later on today. I'll drop another one. And my crew, my morning crew, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. But I want you to look at your life. Look at your life and check the things you created out of distraction, not passion. Check your life and see the things you created out of distraction, not passion. It will speak to you about you. It will help you clarify things. Anybody got any questions before I go? I'm going to have to part 2 this. I'm going to be on the same subject tomorrow. I got so much to teach you guys about distraction. All right. Any questions or advice before I go? Share it right now. All right. So you can share it in the chat. If not, share it in the chat. If not, I love you guys. Listen, before you go, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. But this is the project I'm on, right? This is my organization. My podcast is called the Dear Brother Podcast, but the major organization I started here is a nonprofit 501c3 is Master Built Men. Our first project, gentlemen, this is what I'm going to be doing on here. I'm not just going to be teaching. I'm going to bring us together so we can see our value, okay? Our first project is our Incarcerated Brothers Project, all right? I live in Pennsylvania. Some of you on Facebook and my YouTube audience might live other places, but since I'm in Pennsylvania, there are 36,357 incarcerated men in the state of Pennsylvania. I want to get the book called Home in every hand. 36,357 men. I want to get this book in their hands. You can help me do that. How you help me do that? A $20 donation, tax exempt donation. I can ship 2 books to incarcerated men in Pennsylvania. You can donate at Master Built One on Cash App or Venmo. That will allow me $20. I was able to get this price down so that I can get on Amazon. The book is $15. For this project, I'm able to get the book down to $10 so that $20 will allow me to send 2 books into the prisons. If you want to help, you want to help do this. You want to be a part of this. You want to change the lives of these men. They are incarcerated men. They are not prisoners. They're incarcerated men. They're in there. And guess what? A lot of them are in there because they couldn't get past some of the stuff I'm teaching us how to get past, right? So it's no judgment. Let's help these brothers. If you want to be a part of that, you can donate to Master Built One. You're donating to Master Built Men, my organization. This is a tax exempt donation. Donate $20. It allows me to ship 2 books into the prison. I'm trying to get 36,000 of them. All right. But guys, remember this. Dear brother, you're valuable. Be great today. Be great tomorrow. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, share with some other men. Sorry about the microphone situation today, but surely I'll be on in the morning. 5:45. I'll be dropping more videos today. Share this with other people. Go on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, share with some men. A lot of women on here. God bless you, ladies. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for learning with us. All right. But share this. If you know men who need it, you know men who need some good counsel, you know men who are up in the morning, they can get this live. And then I have a ton of videos on my YouTube page. All right. For some of you Christians out there, if you're a Christian, if you're a believer, I have another YouTube page called The Christian Activist. Like, share, subscribe. Go on there. All right. But guys, thank you so much for listening to me today. I'm talking about distractions. I'm going to be back on it tomorrow. I might do 3 parts on a distracted man is a destroyed man. And so let's get undistracted. I love you. No fear, no shame, no compromise. Be big. Have a great day, gentlemen and ladies.